Good afternoon. We are the Thrive In group. How do we thrive in Louisville to make Louisville a top-tier city? We believe everyone's life is better when they live in an economically healthy city.
Louisville is a quilt of great neighborhoods with unique stories and assets. However, they are not all positioned for success. In order to be a top-tier city, Louisville must have a variety of neighborhoods where people can live, work, play, and thrive. To achieve this goal, Thrive In has partnered with the Center for Neighborhoods to develop an assessment and engagement tool for neighborhoods.
It is not surprising that this team formed with a passion for community and quality of place. We focused on neighborhoods from day one, bringing each team member's perspectives and unique experiences to the table from a number of sectors and industry: tourism and marketing, art and community, bourbon and brand, logistics and training, finance and regulation, education and community, and insurance and strategy. And in selecting the Center for Neighborhoods, we identified a partner that connected our ideas with neighborhoods and their residents and provided us the opportunity to support their mission while achieving our goals. We know neighborhoods thrive when positioned for investment and growth. We see an opportunity to engage residents around the assets in their neighborhood. It just so happens this has been the approach of the Center for Neighborhoods for decades. CFN is one of our community's nonprofit pillars, and together we believe that residents know best what is needed to make their neighborhoods more vibrant and connected. Community plans and projects start with neighborhood voice and follow its collective wisdom.
So how do we make Louisville a top-tier city? We do it one neighborhood at a time. As part of the overall quilt that makes up our city, each neighborhood has its own story to tell, its own unique set of assets that can be leveraged, its own needs, its own goals. By providing the neighborhood the tools to identify not just those assets, but their own goals and their needs, we put them in a position to leverage not just their own desires and strategies, but those of third parties who are here to help assist and empower those neighborhoods. Ultimately, the assessment tools that we're developing are for the neighborhood itself, residents in the community, and leadership within the community, whether formal or informal. Identifying all of the assets, the people, the physical environment, the cultural assets, the historical assets, helping that neighborhood tell its story. And not just for themselves, but also in a way that gathers and provides the data and information so that other third-party partners can be leveraged by the neighborhood. That includes Louisville Metro government, nonprofits who provide both funding and participation, and the arts organizations. Once the neighborhood has the information, they're able to tell their story in a way that achieves their goals and in a way that benefits the leveraging of those other assets.
The Center for Neighborhoods told us there were critical gaps in the current assessment plan. Neighborhood identity, land use, and soon housing are a part of the current assessment. We're working to add processes to include other key factors in a neighborhood, such as education, workforce, environment, and faith communities. We outlined a procedure to work with JCPS as well as other stakeholders to provide a more holistic approach.
Our plan is to work in close conjunction with Center for Neighborhoods and neighborhood stakeholders to create goals that will help neighborhoods position themselves for success. We'd like to help communities recognize that even though the built environment is a big part of community planning, the most important asset that a community has is the people, the neighbors themselves, the people who live and breathe that neighborhood. Each neighborhood with which we plan to partner has a long, rich history and unique culture. Our plan is to help both community leaders and residents to cultivate this culture. So this will create a sense of pride and belonging within a neighborhood, which will encourage people to actually take an active role in the development and the strategic planning of their neighborhood. In order to achieve these goals, we need a highly focused and specialized tool. We're working with Centers for Neighborhoods to develop a neighborhood asset survey tool. At its core, the Neighborhood Asset Survey tool focuses on the neighborhood's assets versus the neighborhood's deficits. And an important aspect of it is that it is a people-first perspective tool. It gives the people within the community the power to actually drive the change within their community. So community planning and development will be in the hands of the people whose lives are intertwined with the community and who live within the community and understand the heartbeat of the community. The tool that we plan to use leverages the latest technology including asset management software that's currently in use by Center for Neighborhoods, which will help identify any and all assets within a neighborhood and give the community the ability to develop these assets to move themselves forward into the future.
We are transforming the assessment to also become a strategic plan. In the plan, we provide the neighborhood tools for creating a self-governance structure, enabling real control of their destiny. In summary, residents can define their neighborhood instead of letting the neighborhood define them.
Thriving neighborhoods must be rooted in the principles of love, livability, opportunity, vitality, and education. Livability involves leveraging existing assets and identifying new ones that contribute to character, creativity, and conditions of the natural and built environments. These could include things like pedestrian and bicycle access, access to high-quality healthcare, access to high-quality local food, cultural attractions, natural spaces, and recreational programs and spaces. Opportunity focuses on building human capital and supporting businesses that provide needed services and viable jobs and opportunities for people within the neighborhood. These could include things like redeveloping commercial property for reuse, attracting and growing small businesses for larger enterprises, neighborhood-level commercial development that provide vital services, or developing mixed-use places and supporting local neighborhood entrepreneurs. Vitality focuses on retaining and attracting residents to neighborhoods so that you can create diversified households and density and prosperity. Vitality could include projects like targeting home repair and financing, unique home financing for loans and new home purchases, land banking, creative and efficiency options, and energy efficiency programs. Education provides a rich array of educational opportunities from cradle to career to ensure that children have access to quality schools and that adults have the training and development they need to improve their employment skills. This could include things like quality pre-care and child care centers, supporting existing schools or developing new ones, attracting adult education and centers for working families, and relevant workplace and development programs.
Love, livability, opportunity, vitality.